Hello, bonjour everybody. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching my video and thank you for those who subscribe to my channel. Today we're going to do a battle report, Flames of War, late war, and it's going to be between the Canadian and the German. And the mission is the mission from Bagration Soviet, and it is swinging the cycle. So the game will be 100 points, and here's a quick look of the Canadian. They will have heavy weapon vehicles platoon, 2 platoon of 17 of infantry, so a full company. We come over here, we have the command of 2 Sherman, so formation of Sherman, with 3 Sherman and 1 17-pounder Firefly for platoon number 1, and platoon number 2 is 2 Sherman and 1 Firefly. We have 2 M10 Achille. Also, we have 4 Vickers on a universal carrier, 3 universal carrier reconnaissance patrol, 3 WASP universal carrier, so flamethrower. We also have a platoon of reconnaissance with little Daimler boogie vehicle, and for the artillery we have 4. On the German side, we have a formation of infantry, that is a formation command SS, with 4 heavy machine gun SS, 2 platoon of 5 Panzer Grenadier with Panzerfaust for each members. They are all Waffen SS. We also have a Panzer III observation for the artillery. We have 3 Howitzer Sturmgeschütze from the fallschirmjäger, 3 Sturmgeschütze from fallschirmjäger. We have from the SS also air defense quad gun. We have 7.5 anti-tank gun Waffen SS. We have 2 Tiger Waffen SS and 3 Rebel Warfare Waffen SS. Also, we have the command card, the best support, and it is for my anti-tank. So they will go from skill 4 to veteran 3 and careful hit on 4. Also, it will apply for my heavy machine gun, and it is the skill would go from 4 to 3 and a hit on 4 instead of 3 for my heavy machine gun. So that complete both forts. We will deploy and get ready for turn 1. So the principle of that mission is there's 3 areas of deployment. The first area of deployment is at the center of the map, 8 inches back and 8 inches from the edge of the board. 8 inches below that, there's another area of deployment of 8 inches deep and 8 inches to the edge of the map as well. So Canadian place 1 objective in each. Then 8 inches after that, the German need to place 1 objective to defend, so that's pretty much the last 10. So that's why it's so far in the back. The deployment zone for the German are from 8 inches past the center of the map all the way to the end of their territory. So they can deploy everywhere in this area. All German units are deployed at the beginning of the game, and they are allowed to have 1 platoon in ambush. So the Germans decide to place their anti-tank gun 7.5 in ambush. So the 3 objective area are 1 from the center, 8 inches back in the German territory, and 8 inches to both sides of the map. The second area of objective deployment is 8 inches after the first deployment area. There's a second 8 inches deep all the way to the edge of 8 inches on both sides of the edge. So the Canadian placed a second objective on this side of the map near the platoon of Panzer Grenadier, or the Panzer Grenadier deployed near the objective. And the SS put their objective at the end of the map near the forest, where they have their heavy machine gun plus the formation command and 3 naval warfare. On this side of the map, the German have their Panzergrenadier platoon in that row house, less than 4 inches from the Canadian objective, and decide to deploy their howitzer on the edge here for and that completes the German deployment in this area. The Canadians deploy most of their force on this side of the map. They spearhead only 4 inches because they cannot be closer than 16 inches from the German deployment zone. So they've deployed 1 platoon of infantry with the Daimler. They also deployed their heavy machine gun on universal carrier, the Wasp, and the patrol vehicle. Heavy machine gun are on the road. They have the formation Sherman in the field, while they have a platoon of Sherman on the road. They deploy also near the factory the 2 Achille M10 and a platoon of 4 Sherman Firefly near them as well. Right on the river crossing, they have the 4 priests, and on the other side of the map, they have a platoon of infantry that are deployed near the church on the crossroad. So that completes the Canadian deployment. Now the rules for that is pretty easy. On turn 2, when the defender will start that turn, they will remove 1 unit, so they are retreating. On turn 3, the first objective in the center of the map, when the German turn start, will be removed. On turn 5, and on turn 3, we can say we remove 1 unit. On turn 2 for the German, turn 3 we remove 1 unit until there's less than 6 units on the table. When there's less than 6 units on the table, we add 1 point per turn, and when they reach 6 point and 6 in unit, they're going to remove 1 unit. So we have the platoon of Panzergrenadier on objective 2 that will be removed at the beginning of turn 5 for the German, with the Sturmgeschütz platoon, the observation Panzer 3 on the top of the hill here, and at the end we have our 3 naval warfare, the heavy machine gun, and the formation command for the infantry. In reserve we have the 7.5, I think I already said that, ready to deploy during the game. Turn 1 for the Canadian. The Canadians have 9 turns to win, so it's important for them to get to the objective as quick as they can. So they dash move all their troops on this side of the map. So the heavy machine gun, the Wasp, the Daimler, the formation Sherman, the patrol universal carrier, and the infantry just dash move on this side. The platoon of Sherman move 20 inches on the road, or the maximum on the road. Also, here's my Firefly platoon number 2 Sherman dash move over here behind the building, and also the 2 M10 Achille move behind the building. The 4 priests stay where they were, and on that side they move 8 inches just behind the hill. They want to keep cover and move forward toward the objective number 2. Now the priests fired 3 rounds on the platoon here of a Panzergrenadier. They hit 3 times, and the Germans saved 2, possible for 1, but firepower missed, so everybody is safe, but they are pinned down. So that complete turn 1 for the Canadian. On turn 1, they had 1 pinned down unit. It was the infantry Panzergrenadier here, so they unpinned. Also, what happened here is my Tiger were in that edge of forest here. They tried to blitz, they were not successful, but they rolled to get out of it, and they move all the way back 14 inches they can. Also my 14 inches back for my quad defense. They don't want to be cut by the enemy, and it's a tactical withdrawal for the German anyway. So on this side of the map, that's what happened. My 3 Sturmgeschütze, they were 32 in range, so they were able to fire at the 3 Sherman over, at the platoon of Sherman over there and Firefly. They had 3 times, but nobody saved, so they went firepower, and they missed all 3 firepower. So on the side of the map, that's complete the movement and firing. Side of the map, I deploy the ambush, so the 7.5 went on the intersection here. They fired 6 shots at the platoon of MMG. They hit 3 times, destroy 1, bail 2. My Sturmgeschütze howitzer fired 3 times at them as well, and they managed to only pin down 1. They had a firepower of 2, and he rolled a 1, so he only bailed out 1 vehicle. So the Canadians have 3 bailout and 1 destroy MMG at this end. The Naval Warfare fired 3 shots, and nothing happened on this side. So that complete turn 1 for the German. Now it's turn 2 for the Canadian. Turn 2 for the Canadian. They had 3 bailout universal carrier heavy machine gun here. They were successful to unbail 2. Once they bailed, they did not move. Movement here, we had the Wasp that went dash move, and the other vehicle just moved as tactical movement. The infantry moved 8 inches. My tank here moved tactical movement, Sherman platoon. My machine gun moved tactical movement over here. Now when it's time to fire, my Daimler fire at the 7.5 instinct. They managed to destroy 1. Heavy machine gun here fire at the 7.5 instinct. Did not nothing happen. And my 2 Sherman managed to destroy 1 of those instinct. Unfortunately, there's still 1 alive, so when it's time to withdraw 1 unit, I can pretty sure that the German removed that unit. So if it was destroyed, they will have to remove another unit somewhere on the map. So that complete on this side of the map. Here the Canadian move tactical movement over here, 10 inches, so they are past the hill. They are getting near the crop over here. And my 2 unit here, the platoon of M10 Shield move tactical movement onto the road, and as well for my platoon of Sherman. The priest fired barrage of 3 over the infantry Panzergrenadier over here. They managed to pin them down with 1 hit, but it was an easy save for the Panzergrenadier, so they are only pinned down. So that's complete. Turn 2 for the Canadian. Turn 2 for the German. They had a unit pinned down here. The Panzergrenadier, they were able to unpin. My air defense quad 20mm shoot all 15 shots against my Canadian platoon of infantry over here. Managed to destroy 2 teams, and they tried shoot and scoot, and they managed to succeed on that, so they moved 4 inches back a bit more. My Sturmgeschütze turn dash all the way behind the hill over here, so they are on the edge. My Tiger moved back 14 inches over here, and my Panzer III up blitz success go against the fence or the edge row, try to pass across but miss their cross check, so they are stuck against it. So that's complete on this side of the map for turn 2 German. On this side of the map, there's no surprise. The German removed 1 unit. It was the 7.5 instinct gun. My Sturmgeschütze howitzer shoot 3 times, so 1 each, to my Daimler Canadian over here. They bail out both, so double I for firepower. You have to do it when your firepower is 2. So there are 2 bailout, because the Canadian switch from the Little John to the small Daimler, and successful. And they do a shoot and scoot, and they succeed with the 3, and they back up another 4 inches toward their line. So that completes this turn for the German. Turn 3 for the Canadian. So the 3 Wasp flamethrower were against the edge here. They tried to cross. They failed all 3 their cross check. The patrol of a universal carrier went against the edge, and they stopped there. My infantry move, dash move, so they are near the edge row there. My platoon of Sherman Formation HQ move forward and stop right here, and we unbail one and unsuccessful to unbail the second one here. So my Daimler have one bailout still. My 3 MMG, or that left over here, the bailout failed, so they are still bailout. My heavy machine gun move 8 inches. My Sherman platoon move 10 inches against the edge row, and they fire all their machine gun against the infantry in the house here. They pinned them down, but was unsuccessful to destroy any unit. So that complete on this side of the map for the Canadian. This end, my antenna shield move against the forest here and the hill. So they have a view on my quad German air defense. So they fire 1 shot and nothing happened. My infantry move, dash move right here near across the field. My 2nd platoon of Sherman Firefly did a blitz. They successful, and they moved 10 inches, so a possibility of 14. So they put themselves between the house and the forest. In the view of my quad, they fired 1 shot each. So 1 was destroyed, 1 was bailed out. My priest fired again against the Panzer Grenadier here in the forest. This pin 1 because they hit 1 time, and nothing else happened here. So that complete turn 3 for the Canadian. Turn 3 for the German forces. So no surprise, they have to eliminate 1 unit, and they decide to remove the air defense quad and their truck. So there was 1 bailout, 1 serviceable. So the bailout was destroyed, and serviceable just leave the battlefield. We had here the Panzer Grenadier. They were pinned down, unsuccessful to unpin, so they stayed there. We did also have the Panzer Grenadier in the house here pinned down, and they failed to remove their pin, so they are still pinned down over there. Over here, my Panzer III up tried to cross, and they failed their cross check. My Sturmgeschütz stay where they are, so they didn't move. They are behind the hill. And my Tiger blitz, so they went against the fence or the edge row, and they cross-checked both, so they moved 10 inches at the intersection. So that complete on this side of the map for turn 3. Here on turn 3, my Howitzer Sturmgeschütz did something different. They decide to make a artillery fire against the unit here. So they covered 3 teams from the platoon of infantry, 1 team of the command formation infantry, and the 3 MMG, the 3 universal carrier here patrol. So they pinned down the infantry with 3 hit, but there was 2 save, 3 save, so all save. For the MMG, the universal carrier, everybody is safe. There were 1 hit, but it's a top armor 0, they rolled a 5, so they were safe. So that completes turn 3 for the German. Turn 4 for the Canadian, so we're going to start with the Sherman Formation HQ. Both pass their cross-check, so they pass over the edge and they move right behind the house there, so they are behind the house so the howitzer cannot see them. There's 2 WASP succeed the cross-check, 1 fail, and Universal Carrier Patrol, 1 succeed and 2 fail the cross-check. Now when we talk about the Demi Spearhead platoon, it still stayed bailout, so I was not able to move, and the 2 other move against the edge row. My MMG and my infantry platoon both failed their bailout and pinned down, so they are still bailout and pinned down. So we can see here, I moved my Formation HQ infantry inside the building here. They made a dash move, so they are inside. They moved the maximum. And also in the back, you can see a platoon of 2 Sherman and 1 17-pounder Firefly. They move against the edge row, and they can see now my German howitzer. They fire each one a shot. Nothing happened. The 3 howitzer are safe where they are. The Canadian decide to move their Vickers platoon toward the intersection because their Spencer Grenadier still inside the building over there. Because my map is oversized compared to the 4x6, it's almost 9 feet long, my priests were not able to reach the last objective that the Germans need to defend, so I moved them in range for the last objective. To continue on this side of the map, also my 2 M10 Achille move forward. They are still in range for the enemy, but nobody to be shot at. I did cross-country move for my platoon of Sherman, so now next turn they will be in range to assault for the last Canadian objective. Also, I did a dash move for my platoon of infantry. So that pretty much complete my turn 4 for the Canadian. Turn 4 for the German. I thought that it was too late for the Canadian to obtain the second objective, but they have a turn 5 to do it because it's at the end of a turn 5 defender when they remove the objective. So turn 5 Canadian will be attacker. They have the objective, so they can try to capture it. So I had to move back my German Tiger near the edge row here to be able to fire at the Sherman platoon. They were able to destroy 1 Sherman. Lucky them. My Sturmgeschütz, they did a blitz. They went on top of the hill. They fired 6 shots. Nothing happened to the Sherman platoon, and they tried to do a shoot and scoot, but they were stuck on top of the hill. So they are on top of the hill right there. My infantry stay put. They did not move, so they try to keep themselves for the assault that was coming up. And that's complete the side of the map for the German. On the side of the map, my Formation Infantry Command is able to see the house, so they put the range marker for the nimble warfare against the house, so they can shoot at the house, people inside and around the house. My Sturmgeschütz howitzer, they blitz successfully and they move all the way back, so they are near the objective, the last objective for the Canadian to capture. They were successful on the first attempt for the range in for the nimble warfare. They fired 2 shots inside. They hit the command 1 time, and it was safe, so they are fine. And the rest, the WASP and Universal Carrier Patrol were safe too, and no problem with the Sherman with the top armor of 1 and the nimble warfare of 3. There was no issue again for them as well. So that complete turn 4 for the German. Beginning of turn 5 for the Canadian. So what they do on this side of the map is they move 10 inches my 2 Firefly. They move about 10 inches my platoon of Sherman Firefly. So that's a M10, that shield, not Firefly. And they move 8 inches my infantry. By moving 8 inches, there's only 2 or 3 teams. I have to make sure if the command team is in 2. Yes, he is. So only 3 teams are close enough to do the assault. So we go by firing at the Panzer Grenadier. So my 3 teams here will fire 1 shot each. They need to hit on the 3 for the SS, 4 because they are concealed, and 5 because they are gun to ground. So we need 5 plus 2 hit. So nothing happened. Now my Sherman and Firefly, they have all 4 shots for the Sherman each, so it's 8 shots. And my Firefly is 3 shots, so they need as well 5 to hit. So get 1 hit, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the team is pinned down. Now we need save, so we're going to roll for the save. Two possible. The other are safe. So let's see. 2, 5, we need 6, so they are safe, but they are pinned down. My Panzer Grenadier gonna do a defensive fire. They are Panzer Grenadier, so they have 2 shots on the moving rate of fire because they are pinned down. So it's 2 shots times 5, so 10 shots to destroy the enemy or pin them down at least. So we need to hit on the 4. So we count at least 2 there, 3, 4, 5. So we at least repel the enemy. So now the Canadians are going to roll their save. So they save on the 3. So let's see. 2 is destroyed. And the other is saved. So we destroy 2. And they need to move at least 2 inches from the enemy. So we pull them back right here. So they are at least 2 inches from the enemy. Now it's time for the Sherman Firefly to conduct their own assault. Now it's time for the Sherman and Firefly to conduct their own assault. Because the Panzer Grenadier are in the forest, they will need to do a cross-check to be able to do an assault. So they need cross-check 3 to be able to do assault. Here you go. You got Firefly fail with a 2. 1 Sherman fell with a 2, but 1 passed. So he decided to conduct the assault by himself. So he's going to move against. The German going to conduct a defensive fire. For that, he's going to use his Panzerfaust and hit side armor. So we need to hit on the 4 that Sherman. He got a 6, so it's a hit. Now the Panzerfaust is a 12, and the side is 4, so they go through. It's 1 shot. He need a 5 plus to destroy that Sherman. He got a 2, nothing happened, so the assault goes on. The Sherman skill is trained, so you need a 4 plus to destroy the Panzer Grenadier there. He got a 3, nothing happened. Now it's time for the Panzer Grenadier to see if they're going to counterattack. The Panzer Grenadier, to be able to counterattack, they need to do motivation tests, and they are fearless 3 plus. So with a 3 plus, the German going to be able to counterattack. They got a 5, they can counterattack. So to have a chance to destroy that Sherman, he need to use skill Waffen SS Assault 3 plus to see if he is able to throw that grenade on top of the vehicle. He got a 3, he threw the grenade. So top armor is 1 and the grenade is 2. Let's see if he roll a 1, he's bail out. If we roll anything else, it's safe. He rolled a 3, so the Sherman is safe. So now, let's see if the Sherman can counterattack. For that, they use their motivation, and they are confident, so they are 4+. So you need a 4 to be able to counterattack. You got a 4, he can counterattack. So by using his skill, let's see if he can destroy. You need a 4+. You got a 2. The Panzer Grenadier is safe. So the SS counterattack on the 3. So let's see if we can get that 3 and counterattack. You got a 5, so he can counterattack. His assault is on the 3+, so 3 to throw that grenade. You got a 6, throw the grenade. You need a 1 at least to be bailed out, and 2+ to be safe for the Sherman. You got a 2 is safe. Let's see if they can counterattack. So the Sherman counterattack on the 4. You got the 3, cannot counterattack. So they will have to withdraw at least 6 inches from the enemy. Push back the Sherman 6 inches and the rest of the platoon. So everybody is at least 6 inches. It's more than that. I'm going to have to be across here. Now we're at 6 inches, and we are at 6 inches. So that's complete. The assault for the Canadian. So we're going to continue the battle. If they were able to gain the objective, that would end the battle right there. But because they failed, we're going to continue with the Canadian movement. Turn 5 for the Canadian. Continue. We are on this side of the map now. So the MMG Universal Carrier, he had one pin down, is unpinned, so he moved all the way over here, 14 inches, the maximum he can do. My infantry stay pinned down, so they stay where they are. And my little Daimler here, still pinned down. Now for the cross-check, my Wasp still stay fairly cross-check, so they don't move. While one of the Daimler pass cross-check, the other fail. My platoon of Sherman Firefly succeed on the cross-check, so they were able to cross over here. And the artillery, because my command is in this house, they are able to see over here, so they put the target range in near the forest. So they hit on the 4, 5, because my command is a 4, and 5 because they are over there in the wood. So they were successful on the second attempt, and nothing happened. Everybody is safe. So that complete turn 5 for the Canadian. Oh no, I forget. My 2 Sherman here command were able to fire 2 shots each at the Sturmgeschütz Howitzer, and 1 hit was safe, so nothing happened to the Stug. So that complete turn 5. Okay, turn 5 for the German. First of all, we remove the second objective over here, so that is clear now. We need to remove 1 unit, so later on in this turn 5, I'll show you which I removed from the corner street, the Panzer Grenadier over here. Those Panzer Grenadier were pinned down. They are unpinned, so they don't move. They stay in their trench. They don't fire at anybody. And we come to over here. They fire 6 shots at the 2 Sherman and Firefly. They hit 1 time and they bail him out. So that's stuff for here. They start to do a shoot and scoot, but they fail, so they stay on top of the hill. My 2 Tiger fire as well at the Sherman. Nothing happened. So they try to do a shoot and scoot. They succeed. Then they roll to go into the forest. 1 pass, 1 fail. So 1 is right here, the other just back up on the street. So they try to get away from the edge row, because that edge row is like the bocage. you need to be against to be seen from the other side. But if you are away, nobody can see you, so they are in the clear. So that complete turn 5 on this side of the map for the German. Like I said, we remove the Panzergrenadier inside that row house. So they are off the map, they retreat. And now we're back to the last objective, where the German howitzer fired 2 shots, 1 shot each, at the 2 Sherman. They missed, so nothing else happened. So that complete. Oh, and the howitzer did a shoot and scoot as well. They succeed, so they moved behind the hill. So just take the second here. So now they are behind the hill. So that complete turn 5 for the German. Beginning of turn 6 for the Canadian. So what the Canadian did is they just consolidate themselves. So the command back up over the fence here. So they are more than 4 inches from the enemy. And they just stay put. They don't fire at them. They just relax. Time is on their side. The Sherman tried to remove the bailout. They were not successful. My 2 M10 Achille tried to blitz, failed, move forward anyway. Fired 1 shot with 1 penalty. So instead to hit on 4, hit on 5. But they failed those 2 shots. So that's pretty much complete on this side of the map. They are just holding troops to let the other side try to reach the objective on time. So on this side of the map, the Daimler were able to unpin, so he moved forward to the edge row. My platoon of infantry still pinned down. We already need them. They need to unpin. It's not happening right now, so that may be trouble for later on. All the unit here, let's just move the camera. All the unit around the house here move along the edge here. So even if it still have troop in the back, they prefer to let them out of command and getting really near the final objective. That's their aim. Now we fire again, artillery here, barrage. We're able to pin the command team and also, or the formation HQ of the infantry and the heavy machine gun. When it's time to save, heavy machine gun 1 team were not able to save. They had 2 hit. So they save 1. And we roll firepower and we had a 5, so we destroy 1 heavy machine gun. So we have 1 machine gun and both the heavy machine gun and the command pinned down. So that complete turn 6 for the Canadian. So we are at the beginning of turn 6 for the German. So defense, so the last part of turn 6. They had the heavy machine gun pinned down and the command pinned down. Both were successful to unpin. Easy command always unpin. And we need to remove 1 more team or platoon because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 platoon is still on the table. So until we reach below 6, we have to remove 1. So the Germans decide to remove the nibble warfare. The enemy is getting too close to use them, so they pack and left the table. So on this side of the map, nibble warfare is gone, and we unpin those 2 platoon heavy machine gun and command. The howitzer Sturmgeschütz did not move, did not fire, stay where they are. To continue turn 6 for the German, my 2, 3 Sturmgeschütz here fire 2 shots each at the platoon of Sherman Firefly. They hit 3 times. They were able to destroy 1 tank and keep the other still bail out. So they are still now Canadian. The infantry platoon over there don't move, so they stay where they are. And the bailout Sherman was successful to unbail, so they move. They removed the bailout. They tried to blitz. They were successful, so they just moved forward the 2 Tiger. So they were able to fire 2 shots each. 1 hit by the Sherman, one hit by the Firefly. The German against the Firefly rolled a 5, so that brings them 14, so it's safe, but he rolled a 1 against the Sherman, so that gives him an anti-tank of 10, and the anti-tank of the Sherman is 10, so it made firepower to at least bail him out, and he was successful to bail out the Tiger. So that completes this side of the table. So on this side of the table now, the platoon of infantry was successful to unpin, so they moved 8 inches, they passed edge row, and they crossed the street, and they are in the crop field. The Daimler, only one successful to cross-check, so the little MG patrol, the others stayed there, and the Wasp failed his cross-check as well. The patrol universal carrier was able to cross-check, so the platoon on this side of the table were able to unpin, so they get out, and they cross the edge row, and they move in the crop field and on the road. The MMJ universal carrier, the last one, successful on this cross-check, so he moved 10 inches, and the 2 other MMG moved forward the enemy at the far end. The Daimler, only the little Daimler cross, the others stay on the other side of the edge row, and the Wasp was not successful crossing again. Now the universal carrier moved 10 inches past the forest there, around the forest, and parked himself right at the edge of the forest. The platoon of Sherman Firefly moved 10 inches around the hill to go in front here. The formation command of Sherman is right behind, and the 2 Wasps is right behind them as well. So only the 3 Sherman and the 3 universal carrier patrol were able to fire at the MG. So them fired 3 shots each, so 3, 6, 9 shots. Nothing happened. They only hit 1 time. Now the Sherman and the Firefly fired as well. Sherman is 4 shots each, the MG, and the Firefly is 3 shots. They were able to hit 1 time too. He was not able to save, so we go firepower with a 6, and they got the 6, so they remove 1 MG team, 1 heavy machine gun team, MG team. So that complete turn 7 for the German. That complete turn 7 for the Canadian. So turn 7 for the German, we need to remove 1 team because we're at 6. They decide to remove the Panzer Grenadier. They receive the order to get out of the battlefield, so they move out. The Sturmgeschütz here try to blitz to go on top of the hill. They fail, so they decide to move. They got a penalty of 1 to shoot at the Sherman Firefly. 1 shot each, nothing happened. So they are stuck on top of the hill, and they were not able to do any damage to the Canadian. The 2 Tiger fired 2 shots each at the Sherman Firefly. They hit 1 time, they put it on the Firefly. The Canadian tried to mislead and shoot it at the Sherman. They failed, they rolled a 2, they need at least a 4. So it stayed on the Firefly, firepower, need a 3. They were able to destroy the Firefly. The Tiger tried to do a shoot and scoot. They fail, so they stay where they are. So on this side of the table, we're done. Not much can be done by this side of the table for the Germans, so they decide to move their howitzer right on the objective. So they move 10 inches. They fire 1 shot each at the universal carrier patrol. 1 hit, firepower, and destroy 1. So that's complete. The German turn 7. Turn 8 for the Canadians. So we're going to concentrate around the last objective. Over there at the far end, the Sturmgeschütz, Tiger, and Sherman left. No impact on the game for the final. So we're going to forget about them for now. So the Canadian moved 10 inches. They have platoon of Sherman Firefly. They fired from the side here and from the front on that one. They were only able to bail him out on the side, but they were able to destroy from the front, so this was destroyed. Now my formation command Sherman fired 2 shots each. They were able to destroy one, so they destroy the bailout. So now there's only one howitzer left, while it is like that. So now we are at a critical point where the wasp here need to be 6 inches from the enemy. So when we look at it, and we look, we are exactly 6 inches. So the point of the fire flame is hitting this one. So we're gonna have 2 shots on this one from the wasp. So they move, so there's 3 shots each. So 6 shots, we need 4 to hit the wasp. So the wasps need to be 6 inches from the German, so they are exactly in range, so they can fire their flame 6 inches in, but not the other one, so only one. So one wasp will fire at the command, the other will fire at those guys. So they are short range, so that they stay at 4. They are in foxhole and gun to ground, so 5, and they are in the conceal, so 6. So we need 6. We're going to go for the command with 6. They are safe. We're going to go the heavy machine gun with 6. There's 1 hit. Save is a 3. If they fail, they automatically destroy. They are 3, so they are safe. Now, my universal carrier patrol gonna fire their shot at, so there's 3 shots each. So there's 2, so 6 shots. Need 6 to hit. Nothing happened. So that complete turn 8 for the Canadian. So the Tiger tried to blitz to go across, they failed. So now they just move and they pass both the cross check. They move 10 inches and only one can see the Sherman platoon. They fired 1 shot and he was successful to bail him out. The howitzer alone, he need to pass his motivation or last stand. And he failed, but because the command is right beside, he did it again and he was successful, so he was right there. He tried to fire 1 shot at him and he missed. So that complete turn 8 for the German, turn 9 for the Canadian now. So last turn for the Canadian, so we were able to move our troops. We keep that line of fire, so my 2 Sherman here did not move. We're able to shoot at the last one and managed to destroy it. Now my Sherman moved at less than 4 inches from the enemy to be able to assault. And for that, I move my universal carrier in position so they can fire at them and try to pin them before they can attack. So those 2 gonna fire, they are less than 6 inches, so they're gonna concentrate their fire at the heavy machine gun. So we just check to make sure. So yes, we're at 6 inches, so they're gonna fire at them. I think they can see them, or let's say 3 shots at the command and 3 shots at him. So let's go for the command. So they need 4 to hit. And they all miss. Now, no, they need 6 to hit. So now the other one needs 6 to hit the heavy machine gun. Nothing happened. My universal carrier Vickers, they are allowed to, just let me check here how many shots they have both each. 2 shots each, so 6 shots, and they need 6 as well. One hit, so I need a 3 to save. 2, so firepower is a big 6. 5, close but no cigar. My universal carrier patrol, 3 shots each. Need 6 at those guys. 1 hit, so need a save. Not, so we need a 6. And it's a 5, no cigar again. Now, like we saw the last time with the assault against the infantry, those are the same. My Sherman Firefly need to do the cross check so they can go against the forest to be attacked, to be able to attack. So 3 shots need at least, their cross is 3, so we need a 3 to be able to attack. I'll pass, so we get a 4, 5, 5, so we're going to just move them against. So 2 on the command and 1 on the heavy machine gun. They don't have any instinct, and I think they are more than 8 inches from the Tiger. Yeah, they are just 9 inches from the Tiger, so they cannot shoot at them. So we're going to go and just try to destroy them. So their skill is 4, so we're going to go with the 2 Sherman. They hit at the command, so we're going to need a 4, so we're going to start with that one. No. The other one, command. Yes, so it is destroy. And the heavy machine gun need a 4 for the Firefly to destroy. And they got a 6, so they destroy. Now, they need to counterattack. The problem with the heavy machine gun is they need a 5 to assault. So we're going to see they fail. So they need to withdraw at least 6 inches. And the command, they will need to be able to counterattack what they need. They need a 3 to counterattack. They got a 4 so they can counterattack. So we're going to throw their grenade on them. So let's see if they can. Possible bail. So they bail one out. Now the Canadian can counterattack. So the Canadian need a 4 to counterattack the command. You got a 4 so they can counterattack. So to destroy, they need to roll at least a 4. They got a 6, so they destroy the command here. The heavy machine gun, they failed their counterattack, so they have to withdraw 6 inches, so they left. So the Canadian obtained the objective, and they won the game on the last turn, turn 9. That concludes the mission swinging the Sickle, and the Canadian won on turn 9 against the defender German, Waffen SS. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or point you want to bring forward, feel free to complete the comments below. I'm always appreciate to receive comments and way to improve my play. Also, if I make mistake in the game, let me know so I can try to correct that so it doesn't happen again. I know that at some point I forget to do some move, or I could have done some other move, so I don't mind to be told. it's just a reminder for me as well. Do not forget to play every move that can be done during a game. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy. See you soon with my next video.